Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's about
I should have pushed. That was a good picture.
Then we all smile.
Yeah. Well, hello world. Welcome to the Connections podcast,
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
where our goal is to make connections as well as connecting the world around you. I'm your girl, DJ Ready Reese. Alongside me is my peeps,
Ginger.
Desiree.
and we have a few topics to talk about today. But right now, we're going to talk about the International Podcast Day. And for the first time, I just witnessed a live podcast. My girl Ginger's over here was interviewing Maji. He's out in Cali, and they did a phone podcast. What was it like
Yeah, like a FaceTime on IG Live. So if you want to follow, I have another podcast called State of the Union. So you can look for the State of the Union podcast page. And just did a quick interview with him. We're going to have him on in person sometime with this podcast. So that'll be great coming in the future. And but as you mentioned that today's International Podcast Day, I never even heard of this until yesterday. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it before.
Nope.
But I'm happy to celebrate it. I love watching podcasts. What about you guys? Do you have any favorites?
I am actually very new to podcasting, period. I've never even listened to a podcast. So actually being here is more so the most podcasting I know.
And me personally, like I said, today that was my first live podcast I ever witnessed it. But before doing the podcast, yeah, I researched a few podcasts. I watched them on YouTube. I listened to them on, I think it was the Apple Podcast. I believe that's the name of it. That's the one that's live streaming. So I got to listen to it, and then I got to view it through YouTube. And it was pretty interesting. So I'm really glad that these ladies are so apt to actually doing this podcast. Like Ginger's already has her, and Divina, she's really knowledgeable. So we really hope that this podcast brings you knowledge and connects you to things that's happening in the world around you. So,
And I love podcasts. I'm definitely a fan. There's two of my favorites. Well, one is definitely not more than the other, but everyone knows I'm a huge Joe Budden fan. Some will call me a stalker. Love Joe Budden. Love everything about him. And so he has a podcast that I watch all the time. So you can find that on YouTube. And then also I like Drink Champs. When Nori is on Revolt, and actually Joe's on Revolt now too.
Nori?
Yeah.
And Nori on the run.
His podcast is awesome. So I was actually watching it today, and he had a guest on Akon. Shout out to him, and shout out because I usually live in Jersey City. I'm from Jersey City. Akon has spent a lot of time in Jersey City.
Hence the
He's
name
out there.
Ginger.
Right,
You know?
that's what it means. That's what it means. Even though today I'm wearing something called Daisy, which is shout out. This is my friend Daisy. She's a singer. So just that's all random. But anyway, going back to the podcast. Akon today was interesting. He was talking about a few things. He has a currency coming out, right? Everyone probably heard how with 50 Cent, I think he promoted Bitcoin for a while,
Yeah.
and you can make money off that. So Akon has something coming out soon called Acoin, and he's saying you can invest in it. It's gonna help like bring money back to Africa. And he was saying like we should really try to put businesses in Africa and start growing like the economy there. So anyway, but aside from that, I was all down with everything he said, and he made sense. But he got to one topic that I had to just like put it in reverse, take a back seat because I don't agree with it. I don't know how you guys feel, but he started to talk about polygamy. And the reason why he brought this up is I guess he has 5 wives. Nori said he thought he had 9 wives, but then I googled it. It's actually 5. So he's saying that it works for him. First of all, he said that people do this regardless. They just do it
Cheaters.
without
cheat
announcing it.
with
He said
1,000 wives.
you have your
1,000 girls, should I say?
significant other, you have your side piece, you have your girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever. You have all these different things. So he's saying I'd rather be upfront with people, let them know when you get involved with me, this is how it is, this is my setup, and do you want to do it?
Funny, I used to be the same way. I ain't have wives, but all my girls knew I was messing with this girl. I was messing with that one. No, really, and they all knew it. Y'all know who y'all are. Shout out to y'all. I miss y'all.
I guess you could say I did that as well, but
God.
my niggas didn't know about each other. There'd be one that knew I fucked with other people, but they like you just for namesakes.
Yes.
Jeffrey didn't know about Jerry, didn't know about David, didn't know. So like they didn't know each other. Wasn't nobody having conversations with each other. Like you call me, I'm out, nigga. That's all that mattered. I mean, granted, I'm not like that now.
So, but when you did that, did anyone think that they had the title that they were your boyfriend, or that there was something exclusive? So everyone knew like you just like dated.
I didn't have no boyfriend at that point in time. I was me. I was fun, and that was it.
And with his situation, I think I don't know if they all live with each other, but like I know they've had TV shows about that. I think it's called Sister Wives or something like that. Where like you're supposed to live together, you're supposed to have your schedules. Like this is the time I'm with you, this time I'm with you, or you're supposed
like
to
tonight
all
I sleep with
chilling.
you, tomorrow I sleep with that one.
Yeah, I just.
Or actually, let's get you up. Let's connect you on current events. Tia Marie was kind of in that situation not too long ago. She was messing with this dude, and he kept saying, you know, he's gonna leave his girlfriend, but come to find out,
no, he didn't say he was gonna leave. He said she was in his past. He never told her that he was married to that girl. He said that he also never said he wasn't married to that girl either. But he just kept saying that was his past.
Is this the girl from Love and Hip Hop?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Her friends did the digging, unbeknownst to her. Then they found out that he had a girlfriend and a wife. And then everybody found out that they all knew about this. Now, what prompted them girls to try to jump on that one, I really don't understand what the hell happened there.
That part was crazy.
It was literally like 1 second they were all having a conversation. Tiara said, all right, I'm out. I ain't with this. And then they tried to attack her.
But the fucked up part is, Tia Marie still fuck with him afterwards. So
she did. She did.
Come on now, you're gonna do all of that and actually try to sue him for putting out a revenge porn. You know, we don't know who really did it. If the girl,
I think the wife
Zena, what you call her, Puerto Rican? What you call that girl?
She called her Zena
Princess Warrior. Yeah,
I was dying. I was on the fucking floor. That shit was hilarious.
We don't know who put it out, but still, like, if you're gonna do all that and like I'm not with it, but still mess with the man and he's telling you, yeah, I've got a girl, I got a wife.
I invest in women, is what he said.
He says that a lot too.
Don't try to cover it up. He invests in women, and yes, that's his wife, and yes, that's his fucking girlfriend. It ain't no.
And they know about each other. Apparently, the wife helped him pick the girlfriend.
Yeah, and she still fuck with him afterwards. So it's like
polygamy. You're basically with it.
Basically.
But why is no one
in for her?
Old fashioned anymore? Do you think people started this because they saw like if their parents' relationship didn't work out, like it starts in the home, like how you grew up, and then you just like gave up on like being monogamous? Is that how people start, or?
I just think girls have low self-esteem. They don't really care to take care of themselves or love themselves first. So if they have a man or somebody that's into them the way that they want them to be into them, then the girl is gonna deal with it regardless. That's what I think it is. These females don't have self-love. They just gonna like, okay, well, he acts like he loves me, or I think he loves me, or today he showed me he loves me, so I don't care about the rest of his girlfriends he got. I'm gonna be with him anyway.
Well, that means in your case that you think the people who allowed you to do it have self-esteem?
Yeah, because they wanted me. They wanted me regardless, just like those females. They want that man or that person regardless of what they're doing. Those girls wanted me. They wanted Reese, so they're like, I'm gonna put up with what you're giving me. I'm gonna deal with it.
But would you? So you would do it, but would you allow someone to do it to you?
Hell to the fucking no.
And you don't want to be number 5?
Hell no. I'm number 1, nigga. I'm the only one.
Okay.
Fuck that. But yeah, I have self-love. I love myself dearly. So nah. If you're not gonna be with me and only me, then the fuck I want you for?
I don't know. I can't do it. In some ways, I feel like I don't want to know. Like they were saying, it's better if you know up front. I'd rather not know, even though I'm gonna still snoop around. I'm gonna try to find out. I'm gonna be on your social media doing all that shit. But at the same time, like I don't know. It hurts.
I like having passwords and all access to everything. Like if you're gonna try to hide.
Give you that?
Yeah, I know all my husband's passwords.
Wow. You better.
I don't even try.
When I was in the faith, when I was with one person, hell yeah,
all his shit.
Me and that one person.
I can literally log into his Facebook
so
right now.
So because of that, though, don't you think that means he's gonna have other accounts? He's gonna have the one that he lets you see, and he's gonna have a secret account. What do you think?
I tend not to think on that negative side of it. Okay. I mean, it is possible that it could happen. But
so it goes both ways. He has your passwords too.
Yeah, he knows him.
But you wouldn't deal with it if he had another girlfriend?
Hell no. I'm fighting. I beat your ass. Not hers, his.
So when you did it, you were saying that was in the past until you got out.
Yeah, but even then I wasn't I wasn't in a relationship with any of those people.
Right.
I was literally fine, free, fancy me. I was doing what I did when I wanted to do it. And I wasn't answering to nobody. I had nobody calling me like, where you at, what you doing, why you ain't home, why you ain't at this certain spot. Like, I was literally wherever the fuck I wanted to be when I wanted to be there.
I think most guys want that. They want the freedom, so they, I don't know, they either feel like they have to just lie, or they have to just find out a way for someone to accept
Or they
them.
just show you, they show it in your face. Here, this is my girlfriend, and you're my other girlfriend.
Yeah, so I've heard stories about people, like, that'll be the guy, and he'll, like, have the two girls in bed with him. Like, that's just their regular. Like, they all just sleep together. Like, it's just, they just have an
First of all,
understanding.
there's barely enough room in the bed for me. I sleep like a whole wild animal. I be all over the place. We ain't finna have a whole nother person, because by the end of the night, you might not be in the motherfucking bed. Like, I've witnessed that. My child does the same thing. She sleeps like this. But one foot must always be on you. I know.
So my thing, when I was watching this podcast today, I was thinking, I really hope a lot of men or whoever are not going to listen to this and now start following. Like, because, you know, if a celebrity does something, everyone's like, okay, it's
maybe we
it's a
should
new
do
wave.
this
I'm gonna
too.
start doing it. I'm like, please just, can we just not promote that? Like, it's going to break a lot of hearts.
I'm gonna straight up punch you in your fucking face if you walk up to me and be like, this is my girlfriend and I am your wife.
Oh, that's the thing he said too. When he goes out to clubs now, other people will just come up to him and be like, oh, I'm about to be your next wife. Like, they know. Now, in his situation, maybe people are doing it because of money too. Like, they don't care. They just want to be in.
That's that gold
So
digger
they're just
shit.
like, yeah, I'm not going to I'm going to treat him like a side piece just to be in.
Yeah.
And just fake it, kind of. I don't know.
Act like I'm happy until I make myself happy. No.
Yeah, I can't do it. So that was what I watched today on International Podcast Day.
Yeah, so.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
But it just shows you that there's a lot of, you know, it's just a lot of fun watching podcasts, getting into it. Like, sometimes you'll find a topic like that, or other times, you know, there's just things that you need, things that you can learn from. So
Like, do they have like cooking podcasts?
Yeah, all
too?
kinds, yeah.
And
Yeah.
like
Pretty much
super
every
off the
topic you
wall
can think of.
randomness. I mean, I've heard commercials for them. I listen. I have Pandora on my phone, and I ain't paying for it, so I listen to all the commercials.
Yep.
And I'm like, such and such podcast. I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool.
Pretty much any conversation.
But I never
would be like
go
a
to it.
podcast.
Well,
So you guys gotta let us know like what topics you want to hear in the future, and
Let us know what you would like us to talk about. As you can see, I have very little sense. We have our thoughtful person over here who likes to know exactly what she's talking about, and this one here who knows what she's talking about. And then you have me, and I'm just here.
and then you have me in the background. You hear her.
So I don't know if you hear my baby or not, but she chilling over there.
she'll be on some episodes, right? You saw her the other day
You'll
with the
see her
mic. That
walk
was real
through.
cute.
So we like to really thank you guys for tuning in to the Connections. The Connections podcast. We're signing out, connecting people to the community, news, resources, and industry insight, and so much more. Once again, thanks for tuning in. I'm your girl, DJ Reddy Reese.
Jen Jersey.
And Desiree.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Yeah, I think that was time.
Give them damn teeth. She's like.